Hey everyone, welcome to the channel and thank you for clicking on today's video. Now I'm Jules and today we're going to be doing an art tour of the game room behind me. Now I've been getting art framed professionally for about 3 or 4 years now. Had a bit of a slow period through the pandemic with supply issues and lockdowns, but it's just a slowly thing. Now I don't get into the realms of original art, well I do have a couple of pieces, but it's just not something that's in my price range. It's just, yeah, it's another beast and I don't really want to get into that yet. So most of the items I've got here framed are prints. I've got them off either the artist websites, eBay, Wish, Facebook groups, things like that. Got a few cover art reproductions as well. So it's been fun, you know. I wanted to do it with the intention of doing it myself, just buying art from frames from department stores, but the quality was really bad and you know, it was just not what I had planned. So anyway, this room's filled wall to wall and we're going to go around and we're going to check it out and we'll go through each individual piece and we won't make the video last too long, but it'll give you a little bit of hopefully a bit of inspiration to do your own thing that, you know, it can be done on a cheap scale. It can look really amazing. And yeah, you can also have your sort of personal touch to things and yeah, it's really exciting for me and I love it. And you know, although we'll go through sort of a bit of a transition period at the moment where I've got a lot that I haven't had framed, but you know, sort of my taste and sort of the direction I want to go has changed. So yeah, we'll go through that through the end of the video. All right, thank you very much. And hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of what I've got to show you over the next 15 or 20 minutes. Let's get into it right now. This is where it all started. So I got this frame from a department store. And this is where I sort of thought to myself, nah, this is not what I had in mind. The display is plastic rather than glass, and I wanted it to be glass, and it wouldn't sit properly within, you know, its sort of space. I had to tape it, and to me that's really amateur. I didn't want it that way. So yeah, one day I wouldn't mind getting this one redone and maybe recreating its original sort of frame. So yeah, we'll do that. And as we move around, you can sort of see this is a Star Wars wall. This is what I really wanted at the start. They're in different spaces because there's already hooks there. And I didn't want to pull the hooks out because it might leave and damage the gyprock. So these were the two original episode 1 Phantom Menace pictures I got from like Kmart or Target years ago, and I've carried them around with me everywhere. So I'll still keep those. I like them the way they are. The first job that I got done professionally was this Princess Leia print. I got this after she passed away, and it was more of a sort of, okay, a trial or an experiment to see what it would look like framed. So it's basically done, you know, just with the basic frame. There's no matte, but you know, it looks awesome with the black and white. So yeah, that's that one. And then we head over to sort of, this one here was based on Battlefront 2. So Iden Versio is one of my sort of, I used to love playing Iden Versio. She was a bit unbalanced at the start. Sorry, there's a bit of glare. I'm trying to get my reflection in it either. She was a bit unbalanced at the start of the game, but after a while I sort of really enjoyed playing her. I got this print of Wish. It's more of a sort of a fabric more than anything. Gee, there's a lot of reflection today. I wish I could do videos at night. Anyway, you sort of get the idea. It looks nice. I like the silver outline on the frame to sort of match the sort of silver of her armor and the sort of the light that sort of comes off with the moving. So yeah, played a lot of Iden Versio, and if you've gone through the campaign too, you can sort of see how she's gone from like the Empire over to the Rebellion. So yeah, I love that picture there. This was another print that I got off Wish up here, this Stormtrooper. I kept seeing it, I just loved it. And this frame, it looks amazing. You can sort of see, even on the edges of the frame, it looks like the print sort of goes over that. And this was a real cheap piece actually. It obviously cost me, you know, maybe like $150, $160 to get it framed, but the piece itself was cheap, and that just goes to show how you can make, you know, something really cheap look amazing. And I just love that picture there. You know, I wish I could get it sort of more up into the corner and then, like I said, fill up a few of these spaces, and we will. This Mandalorian piece here, I saw this as an advertisement on Facebook, and I right-clicked on the picture, saved it, and I sent it to my friend. I said, what can you do? So anyway, in the end, we got it to this point here. So, and then I saw that you can actually buy the the art, but it might not have the Disney Plus new season streaming now. It worked really well. I like it. the orange sort of matte on that, you know, Ahsoka Tano. It was just like, and yeah, they've got such a great printer at this place that you know they print out some amazing stuff, and you can sort of see it. That turned out really well. I think the frame's like more of a mahogany sort of style frame. You can sort of see there. So I try not to sort of do too many replicas of frames. I do have a couple that I've got 2 of. I don't think I've got any that I've got 3 of, so that's that one. This is another piece that I carry around with me for years. This was like a cutout of something that I did maybe 25 years ago. I've just carried it around with me, just the Death Star and the Star Destroyers. Just amazing stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much the Star Wars war. And we'll sort of twist around to the other side of where it sort of really continued on from there. The second piece I got done was this Deadpool Harley piece. I got that off Wish as well. It's more of a fabric. It looks really nice actually. And again, you can still at the start I sort of kept to some of the simple frames. This one's got the silver insert, which can silver inset, which can sort of, you know, reflect off, you know, some of the items off Harley there as well, and obviously off Deadpool. Deadpool's one of my favourite movies. I absolutely think that first Deadpool movie is one of the best of all time. So, and Harley is one of my favourite characters, and yeah, that's how it sort of, that one went there. And after that, I went to sort of the Dark Knight picture here. Sorry about the glare again with the window. See if I can get around it. Another one of my favourite movies of all time is The Dark Knight. It's just an absolute classic. I can watch that all the time. And as soon as I saw it, I had the intention of just having a nice purple frame around it and just keeping it simple. And I think it worked really well that way. You know, just Why So Serious. Heath Ledger is just an absolute classic. Sorry about the glare of the window. Ugh. Man, I wish I could do these at night, as I think I said a minute ago. And I also tried to replicate that with this Hulk Ragnarok picture. I think I got this one off Wish at the time too. I was getting stuff on Wish because it was so cheap and they were all right. But I don't think it's succeeded with its, you know, with its sort of, yeah, I'm not too happy with that one. The picture's great, but the frame, maybe I should have got a black with a green matte. But anyway, it is what it is. You know, you just sort of learn, and there's always some that work and some that don't work. So that's that. And then another one which I was absolutely ecstatic about. I wanted a Walking Dead or a horror sort of one, and the Walking Dead one is incredible. I just love that don't open dead inside, and the frame works amazing with it. You can sort of see the colours almost from the inside of the piece fade out to the black, and as it does with the frame as well. So yeah, I absolutely love that piece. There was another one actually with like one of the walkers on the other side of like a wall with its blood all over its hands. So I thought that might have been a bit too extreme. So but yeah, I love that one. As we head down to a Harley one again, this was a bit of a trial. This is an Art Germ picture, just classic Harley. I actually wanted the frame to be sort of a zigzag of like the red and the black on each side, but they couldn't do it that way. So it's sort of, in the end, I had to sort of make up a mind of what I wanted to do at the time. So yeah, I think it's got the same sort of mahogany one as the Ahsoka one on that one. I'm not sure if it's the exact same frame, but overall, I think it looks really nice. And yeah, I sort of tried to sort of, with the brick on the outside, to sort of tie that into the texture on that as well. This one I ended up, I went into the shop with the sort of the mindset of, I want this to look like it would be on a teenage girl's bedroom wall. So I wanted some pink and, you know, just things like that. And then it came out like this. So yeah, I just love that one. Just the gritty darkness of Gotham. You know, Harley there telling Batman that he's a loser and the gun. And in the end, I'm pretty happy with it. You sort of see the old sort of, or I guess you can sort of call it Gothic sort of style frame and the grey matte. So although it didn't sort of turn out as I had planned going in, a lot of them don't, but they come out, and I'm really happy with that one. That was just a cheap print I got off eBay again. You know, there's so much available on eBay. So yeah, that was just, it looks really nice. And sometimes I'll take 2 pieces in. I'll take a piece that I want to get done well, and then I'll just have one that I'll just get done real quickly. And this domino piece was one of those. So this is from a J. Scott Campbell mystery box of prints. I've got like 3 or 4 of those. So I just took this in one day and basically just slapped on a nice sort of blue thin frame around it, just to sort of, you know, get it done and just to sort of fill up some space. And yeah, I like the picture. The domino's nice, great character. J. Scott Campbell, you can't go wrong. So yeah, I think that turned out all right. And next to it is another reason why I don't do my own framing. This is a framing that I got from a shop. Of course, it comes all pre-wrapped and boxed. Then down the bottom, you can see it was damaged when I got it. I'm just like, are you serious, man? I guess I could have taken it back, but it was like, cheap. But yeah, this is just a Crawford, a Dawn piece I had put in that. And that's just basically just takes up a little bit of space there. Now this piece here, I printed out years, maybe 20 something years ago. I saw this quote somewhere on the internet, I forget, and I just typed it up, printed it out, and this is the same printout that I've carried around with me everywhere. Back in the sort of the early 2000s when everyone was in the, just with, drugs and techno and just the, dark rooms, and it really sort of was funny, quote. I actually want to get this one. I want to buy some paint pens and do the frame like the same color as the Pac-Man, the yellow, the blue and the red, and maybe even sort of put something sort of in this space here. So that's another sort of little bit of a, another job I'll do eventually as well. As we move left to that, I've got two Alfonso Espiri pieces. So this is a print of his. Again, it's a piece of Marilyn Monroe, and I just wanted a different color. This one's got the double matte, as you can see, the yellow and the black, and it comes out to a nice yellow frame, which sort of ties into the yellow of her hair, and also there's some colors of that in the top right corner. I love this piece. I think it's amazing. The black is just so beautiful, and you can see Espiri's signature there. But yeah, beautiful Marilyn Monroe piece. And above that is another piece from him from his art portfolio. I was lucky to pick up the portfolio like in Australia, like close to me off eBay, cheap as. It has like 6 prints, beautiful watercolor. I think it's signed by him. This piece was probably one of the more sort of less erotic or with nudity that I got framed. It's hard to maybe see the cover, but it's a really dark indigo colored matte on that, to sort of tie in and head out of the blues on the inside of the picture. And the frame, as you can sort of see here, has a little bit of skin colored tone there as well on the nice creamy sort of frame. It's a beautiful piece. Some of the other ones are amazing too. One day we'll go through all my unused prints and we can show you them, but I'm probably not, because they're like some sort of nudity. And above that is one of my most favorite, most amazing images of Spider-Man. That's the Gabriel Dell'Otto. It's the cover to Amazing Spider-Man 800. I don't have the actual copy of the comic. I wanted to get it, but there's a 1 in 200 Virgin variant, which is pretty expensive. And then I saw this. This is it's hard to sort of see. I'll pull the step ladder over actually. Just one moment if I try not to move the camera too much. So this one's numbered to like 100. So instead I grabbed this to sort of, and then instead of being tucked away in a comic box, it's on the wall to see all the time. It looks amazing. You can sort of see I've kept the white border obviously because it's numbered there, black matte, and the frame has a little bit of a red tinge to it, so you can, if it's easy to see there. Beautiful piece. Dell'Otto is one of my favorite artists, just the way, and he's got almost the Steve Ditko sort of style eyes of Spider-Man. Beautiful piece. And next to it, we've got, this is a cover art reproduction I got. I got into contact with an artist from South Africa. Used to be an old graphic artist before the times of computers. And I just saw this, and it was for a little bit of a project that I had. It was the Psylocke. This is the David Finch, I think it is. I think that's his name. Sorry, I get it named with the cricketer Aaron Finch. Psylocke, this is number 1. And I tried to sort of tie the frame and all the mattes to the colors of her character, which is the purple, the pink, and the dark blue. So this is double matted as well, as you can see here. Purple, then blue, and out to pink. And I think it looks really awesome. Pink's one of my favorite colors. You'd never guess it. Where I love black, but yeah, I love pink, and I think it looks amazing. It's something different. Like it's an individual piece, and all this is all done hand drawn. Like it's just amazing. I think I bought like 13 pieces off him. I was just totally just overwhelmed by how good he is. His name's Luis Diega. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. He's got after Finch there as well. So I've got a few more framed that I can show you later. Now in this corner here are a couple of the Campbell covers. Now, as I said before, I bought few of his mystery boxer prints, and it was more in the aim of getting a Spider-Gwen one. And this one here, I've sort of, again, framed it for its own purposes with the pink, and yeah, just something to sort of really tie in the sort of thinking that a young girl will be interesting and a fan of Spider-Gwen. So it's signed by Campbell there in the middle left, if it's not hard to see, but yeah, fantastic cover. And on the left, there's an Electra one as well. I got this one done more of not an experiment, maybe I had a little bit of break between framing, so I did that one. I'll just climb down from my ladder and I'll move it over a bit, and then we can just have a little bit of a closer look on it here. Yeah, so it's a nice silver, basically a plain silver frame, black matte, and it's that sort of comes off her weapons there. Yeah, very nice. All right, and that's the Spider-Gwen. You can sort of see the signature there. I've got a few Campbells done because I just think he's just a great artist. As we move down to this part here, this is one this frame's actually the old Pac-Man frame that I had. This page was out of an old 1960s Man magazine. I just love the old sort of humour and innuendo, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just ripped it out, cut it up, put it in that frame, it's just hanging next to the door. This was one of the original pieces I'd done years and years and years ago when I had a scanner, and I used to scan it, enlarge it, print it out, and I ended up getting it laminated. So I still carry that around with me everywhere. The old Stephen Platt used to be an actual artist that used to drive me crazy. He was incredible. That profit run, I think it's from like 4 to 12, I think. Yeah, I've got all those issues, it's amazing. So yeah, I carry that everywhere. And there's another little Soul Saga that I got done as well down here that's laminated. So yep, just that's the early pieces. And above that is I was actually looking for an EverQuest piece one day, and I was on eBay looking for, just looking for or actually not eBay, sorry, Google, looking for EverQuest art, and it went to Keith Parkinson's website. So this is off his actual website. Let me just get the ladder, sorry. This is actually off his website, and yeah, this is just the cover box art for EverQuest. One of my favorite games, and just a game that really changed gaming for me, really, from a point. It's a nice, beautiful gold frame. It's a really nice quality print too. I think it ended up costing me like $200 just for the print. Obviously, to get delivered to Australia, it costs a little bit, but yeah, you can sort of see that. I actually love that piece. It sits really nicely above the door there, as you can see. All right, we're going to move her over to the right. Now, the two here on the left, in the middle, on the left in a moment, these were sort of, I used to subscribe to the Comic Tom mystery mailbox. This was back in the end of 2019, and when the pandemic hit, it changed everything to do with deliveries, international deliveries, so I ended up cancelling. But in all his, at the time, used to get little prints that were signed. So these are two. I've got a third one out there. I should do that another day. But this is Artist Piper. This Catwoman is just absolutely incredible and just a great character. It's hard to sort of see with the darkness and the light, but it's got a real sort of dark olive green matte. I had a frame that was going to go amazing with it, and it ended up it was sort of on back order indefinitely, or was unavailable. That was during the pandemic, so I ended up changing it for something different. It's more of you can sort of see a dark wooden frame there, but overall, I think it's amazing. You can sort of see it's signed by her as well there. And then above that is another one from Comic Tom as well. That's the this one's, I think it's Kevin Erslinger, I forget, but yeah, I wanted something Wolverine as well, so having women everywhere, the yellow, the black. I think it's such a really good combination there with the black, yellow, and it sort of replicates itself as it goes out all the way to the edges of the frame. So yeah, that's fantastic. This one over here, I was looking for I found these Colossal cards, and I never even knew anything about Colossal cards, and I was looking for Joe Jusko ones, and then as I was looking for these Colossal cards, I saw this Ken Kelly piece. It's called Conan the Protector. It was like the #1 card on a fantasy series, and I'm like, I want that frame. And I went to his website, and I was talking to him or somebody about it, and we're like, yeah, with the phrase, and he was going to sign it and all that. And then I never heard anything back. And obviously since then, if you do or do not know, he's passed away. So whatever. I found this on I think it was called Cafe Press in the US. And I got it, and this is it, Conan the Protector. The frame looks incredible. It's got that swampiness to the frame as well, with the sort of, the white and the brown on the inside, the woody sort of colour, and I've got the orange there to sort of replicate the internal sort of glows there, and I think that is just an incredible piece, and it's one of my favourites actually. Just Conan. I wanted to get a few Conan and jungle sort of style pieces done, so that's the first one I got. I ended up getting a Joe Jusko Colossal card set, and I want to get some of those done as well, but that's that one. And then below that, this is one of my earlier pieces that I got done. It was funny, I was on Wish, and there's 2 Vampirella pieces there actually. I was on Wish, and it was like, signed by Joe Lins, and I'm like, that's sick, man, I'll get that. And it is signed by him, but it's just more of a print, so just trying to get the glare out of the way of that. It was signed by him, but yeah, it was just a print. So anyway, whatever, I got it done. Just at the time, this was one of my really, really early pieces, like in the first 4 or 5 or 6 pieces that I got done. And so there's a few bubbles inside the frame where it sort of come off. But anyway, Joe Lins is one of my favourite artists. My aim is to get an original piece by him over the next few years, so we'll see. But Vampirella, one of my favourite characters as well, grew up with her. This is another Vampirella piece by the artist Souza Micah. This is from a Valentine's Day special. I also got the Red Sonja one off her website. This one's metallic. I'm not sure if you can sort of see, but it's a fantastic piece from her. I love the artist. It's very Adam Hughes style, and I don't like to compare artists to other artists, but for me, it's just that sort of style that I like, and it's just sexy as. Looks fantastic there. I was a bit undecided on what I wanted as the frames. I've just gone for something basic in the end. I've just gone with just the plain black, the plain red. It was just like, let's just get that done that way. All right, and is that pretty much the whole room? No, we've got this corner over here as well. This is another J. Scott Campbell piece I got off the Mystery the Mystery Mailbox. This one's signed down the corner here, as you can see. And I think this is one of the Renew Your Vows variants. This looks incredible in this frame. You can sort of see the gold frame, and yeah, I just think it really, just a shame that there's so much glare today with this, but anyway, whatever. But beautiful piece, I love that. I love it. It's fantastic. The arts and the frame, everything about that ties well together. And above that's an Adi Granoff piece, another one of my really favorite artists. This one's off the Black Widow 4-issue miniseries. I'm not sure if it's issue 2 or 3, but again, it's good to have different characters in the room. It's got that same frame that I use on The Walking Dead. It sort of goes really well with that sort of that window behind Daredevil. So having a nice picture of Daredevil, a nice version of Black Widow, that's a great addition to this room. And then above that is a Warhammer piece. So this is based on the Horus Heresy, the critical moment where, if you've seen the original game room tour that I've done, basically where the Emperor meets up with Horus after Horus has killed the Primarch of the Blood Angels, and that's pretty much, that's the end of it there. I've always just loved this image and just how chaos corrupted Horus, and that's it. And then obviously Emperor on the other side. I don't know why I chose the white matte. I'm not sure if that was a mistake. It wouldn't have been, but if it was black, it would look absolutely super incredible. Anyway, it is what it is. That's what I mean. Sometimes you make choices maybe at the split moment of, we'll just do it white, you know what I mean? But yeah, that one's amazing. I got that off eBay, no joke, for like $12. It's a huge piece, if you can sort of see. I love it, and it really displays quite well. So again, you can sort of see, you can pick up amazing pieces looking around. Obviously the framing probably cost me like $150, $160, $180, something like that, but I'm really happy with that. And finally on this wall, I've got my Linsner pieces. So these were all cut out of the 1999, 2000 calendars, Cry for Dawn calendars. I started off with this one here. I just had an idea of just sort of matching it up with the purple sort of mat around the side and having the images in the middle. So, and it really turned out extremely well. And then I followed that through. I got the orange one done after that, and then the black one done third. So I've got another one which is actually a green sort of tealy sort of colour that I want to do. I just don't know where I'm going to put it. All right, so that's pretty much all the art we've gone through. Hope you like it. Hope it gives you a little bit of inspiration to do your own thing, because you can really pull off some amazing stuff by looking around and doing things that you love as well. I've got art around a lot of the other rooms, but today we're just going to finish off here. I've got a few more, actually no, I've got 2 more pieces I haven't even showed you yet. These are 2 cover reproductions. I forgot about these. These are from the South African artist I told you about. So an old Marvel Mystery Comics issue there. This is, like I said, this is all hand drawn and recreated. It's amazing. Like, even just a shout out to the original artists that were creating that back in, like, what, the 40s, you know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. I think this might be an Andy Kubert Wolverine, and it looks great in that sort of cheap frame. So not cheap frame, sort of simple frame. I've got one spot to the right of that where I'm going to put something else, so I'm keeping that sort of reserved for something. But yeah, amazing stuff. Now, as I said about a change in direction, these are all the rest of my prints here. So all the pieces that I haven't got framed and collected, there's a lot there. Maybe one day we can go through it. So now I'm going to pretty much start again and just sort of get things, get new stuff framed from now on, and just, start this year. I've got 2 pieces in at the moment that are going to be coming back probably more towards the end of February, but yeah. Anyway, really appreciate it. Thank you for holding on to the end of the video. And as I said before, hopefully it gives you inspiration to get things done for your own rooms or for your own walls, because yeah, you can, it's pretty simple. All right, from me to you, thank you very much and have a good week, and I'll see you in next week's video. All right, everyone, take it easy.